Good morning, extraordinary souls. Let's take a moment and reflect on the power of our choices. Every single decision you make shapes the trajectory of your life. But here's the truth. Growth doesn't happen in the comfort zone. The universe rewards the courageous, the ones willing to step into uncertainty, embrace the unknown, and trust the process. Discomfort is an inevitable part of growth, and yet most of us are conditioned to avoid it. From a young age, we are taught to seek safety and predictability, to color within the lines, and to follow a path that guarantees stability. But the truth is, the moments that challenge us, the ones that stretch us beyond our comfort zones, are the moments that define us. They are the catalyst for transformation, the turning points in our lives that lead us to a greater version of ourselves. When you experience discomfort, it's a signal that you are stepping into unfamiliar territory. This can feel unsettling, even overwhelming. However, it is also where the magic happens. In this space of uncertainty, your brain begins to adapt. You start to develop new neural connections, strengthen your emotional resilience, and unlock capabilities you didn't even know you had. Discomfort then becomes the precursor to innovation, creativity, and personal evolution. Consider how the body builds muscle. When you lift weights, you create tiny tears in the muscle fibers. These tears are repaired by your body, making the muscles stronger and more resilient. This process, though physically uncomfortable, is essential for growth. Uh, the same principle applies to your emotional and mental muscles. When you face challenges that push you outside your comfort zone, you're tearing down old limitations and creating space for growth. But why do we resist discomfort if it is so integral to our growth? The answer lies in our evolutionary wiring. Our brains are designed to protect us, to keep us safe from perceived threats. When faced with uncertainty or risk, the brain triggers a fight or flight response, urging us to retreat to familiar, secure territory. While this mechanism has helped us survive as a species, it often holds us back in modern life, where growth requires us to take risks and embrace the unknown. The key to overcoming this resistance is to reframe how we view discomfort. Instead of seeing it as something to avoid, we can begin to see it as a sign that we are on the right track. When you feel that sense of unease, it means you are breaking free from old patterns and stepping into a realm of new possibilities. It means you are growing, expanding, and evolving. Think about the greatest achievements in your life. How many of them came easily? How many required you to push yourself, to face fears, to endure moments of doubt and uncertainty? Whether it was learning a new skill, pursuing a dream, or overcoming a personal challenge, the journey likely involved moments of discomfort. Yet it was precisely those moments that made the achievement meaningful and worthwhile. Discomfort also teaches us valuable lessons about ourselves. It reveals our fears, our insecurities, and the limiting beliefs that hold us back. By confronting these truths, we gain a deeper understanding of who we are and what we are capable of. This self-awareness is a powerful tool for growth. It allows us to make conscious choices about the kind of life we want to create and the person we want to become. Moreover, when we embrace discomfort, we inspire others to do the same. Our willingness to take risks and step into the unknown becomes a beacon of courage for those around us. It shows them that growth is possible, that fear is not a barrier but a bridge. In this way, our personal journey of growth has a ripple effect, creating a positive impact on the lives of others. The journey of embracing discomfort is not easy, but it is profoundly rewarding. It requires a shift in mindset, a willingness to see challenges as opportunities rather than obstacles. It demands persistence, resilience, and faith in the process. Most importantly, it calls for a commitment to growth, to becoming the best version of ourselves, no matter how uncomfortable the journey may be. Discomfort is not your enemy, it is your ally. It is the force that propels you forward, that pushes you to reach for more, to dream bigger, and to achieve what once seemed impossible. When you lean into discomfort, you discover strength and resilience within yourself that you never knew existed. You find that you are capable of far more than you imagined. Risk is the currency of transformation. And every significant change or achievement in life demands some form of it. At its core, risk is about stepping into the unknown, venturing beyond the familiar boundaries of your comfort zone. Listen, it requires you to let go of certainty, to release the grip of what you know and trust that something greater lies ahead. While this can feel daunting, it is an essential part of the process of growth, success, and evolution. Taking risks often begins with a decision to prioritize what could be over what already is. It is a conscious choice to trade short term security for long term potential. This decision is rarely easy as it involves confronting fears, doubts, and the possibility of failure. Yet, without this willingness to embrace risk, life becomes stagnant. It's as if you're standing on the edge of a vast, unexplored landscape, unwilling to take the steps necessary to experience its beauty and opportunities. Risk, by its nature, carries uncertainty. There are no guarantees of success, no promises that everything will go according to plan. But this uncertainty is precisely what makes risk valuable. It creates space for learning, for growth, and for discovery. When you take a risk, you open yourself up to new experiences and challenges that force you to adapt, innovate, and evolve. You learn to trust your instincts, to rely on your resourcefulness, and to develop resilience in the face of adversity. Consider the story of any successful individual or groundbreaking achievement. Behind every triumph lies a series of calculated risks. Entrepreneurs risk financial stability to pursue their visions. Artists risk criticism to share their creations. The innovators risk failure to bring new ideas to life. These risks are not reckless, they are intentional steps toward a desired outcome. They are investments in a future that is not yet visible, but deeply believed in. But risk also serves as a powerful teacher. It exposes you to failure, a necessary and valuable part of growth. When you take a risk and it doesn't go as planned, you gain insights that you wouldn't have discovered otherwise. You learn what works, what isn't, and how to approach things differently. Failure, when viewed through the lens of growth, becomes less of a setback and more of a stepping stone towards success. It's not about avoiding mistakes, but about learning from them and using them to refine your approach. Fear often stands in the way of taking risks. The fear of failure, judgment, or rejection can be paralyzing. But fear is not a signal to stop, it's a signal to pay attention. It reveals what matters to you, what you care about deeply enough to feel vulnerable over. It, when you face fear head on, you begin to strip it of its power. You realize that fear is not the enemy, but a companion on the journey to transformation. It's a sign that you're stepping into something meaningful, something worth pursuing. Risk taking also requires a certain level of faith in yourself, in your abilities, and in the process. It's about trusting that even if the path is uncertain, you have what it takes to navigate it. This faith is not blind optimism, it's a belief grounded in your willingness to show up, to persevere, and to grow. It's the understanding that you are capable of handling whatever challenges come your way. The rewards of taking risks often extend far beyond the outcomes. Even if a specific goal is not achieved, the act of risking itself brings immense value. It builds confidence, expands your perspective, and deepens your understanding of what you're capable of. And it connects you with people, ideas, and opportunities that you wouldn't have encountered otherwise. Most importantly, it transforms you. It shapes you into someone who is not defined by fear, but driven by possibility. Risk is not about recklessness or blind leaps, it's about intentionality. It's about weighing potential benefits against the potential costs and deciding that the chance for growth is worth it. It's about understanding that every great story, every meaningful accomplishment begins with a willingness to take a chance. It's about recognizing that the safety of staying where you are often comes at the expense of what could be. Risk challenges you. Imagine a different reality and to take the steps necessary to create it. Failure is not the end, it's feedback. This simple but powerful truth can completely transform the way you approach life and its challenges. Too often, we are conditioned to see failure as a sign of weakness or inadequacy, a definitive mark that we have fallen short. But however, failure is none of these things. Instead, it is an essential part of progress, a guide that helps us refine our efforts and learn valuable lessons that success alone cannot teach. When you fail, you are not defining yourself, you are refining yourself. Each setback or mistake provides a unique opportunity to analyze what went wrong, what could have been done differently, and how to improve moving forward. This process of reflection is not only practical but deeply empowering. It helps you cultivate resilience, adaptability, and a problem-solving mindset that becomes your greatest asset in any endeavor. Failure forces you to confront the gaps in your knowledge or strategy, offering clarity that success often obscures. Think of failure as a mirror. It reflects back to you the areas where growth is most needed, highlighting blind spots and inefficiencies. This feedback is invaluable because it allows you to course correct, to make adjustments that align your actions with your goals. Without failure, you might continue down on a path that leads nowhere, oblivious to the need for change. Failure, therefore, is not a sign of defeat, but a signpost directing you toward better decisions and greater achievements. So, some of the most successful people in history owe their accomplishments to failure. Their stories are not defined by flawless victories, but by their ability to rise after falling. Thomas Edison, for instance, famously remarked that he didn't fail 1,000 times while inventing the light bulb. He simply discovered 1,000 ways that didn't work. Each so-called failure brought him closer to the solution, teaching him lessons that were critical to his eventual success. This perspective demonstrates that failure is not a permanent state, but a temporary step on the path to greatness. When you view failure as feedback, you also remove the emotional weight often associated with it. Instead of feeling ashamed or disheartened, you can approach it with curiosity and openness. What can I learn from this? How can this experience make me better? These questions shift your focus from self-criticism to self-improvement, allowing you to maintain a sense of progress, even in the face of setbacks. This mindset is not about minimizing the challenges of failure, but about maximizing the opportunities within them. Failure also builds character in ways that success cannot. It teaches humility, reminding you that no one is immune to mistakes. It fosters empathy, helping you understand and relate to the struggles of others. It cultivates patience as you learn to trust the process and persevere through difficulties. These qualities are not just useful for achieving goals, they are essential for leading a meaningful and fulfilling life. Failure shapes you into someone who is not only skilled but also wise, someone who can handle success with grace because they understand the effort it took to get there. Another important aspect of failure is its ability to reveal your true priorities and passions. When you fail at something, it forces you to ask yourself, is this worth trying again? Is this something I truly care about? If the answer is yes, failure becomes a catalyst for renewed commitment and determination. It reignites your drive, pushing you to work harder and smarter. If the answer is no, failure provides the clarity needed to redirect your energy towards something more meaningful. Either way, it serves as a tool for alignment, helping you focus on what truly matters. One of the greatest challenges in embracing failure is overcoming the fear of judgment. Society often glorifies success while stigmatizing failure, creating an environment where people are afraid to take risks. But when you understand that failure is feedback, this fear loses its grip. You begin to see failure not as a reflection of your worth, but as a natural and necessary part of the learning process. This shift in perspective allows you to take bolder actions, to experiment and innovate without being paralyzed by the possibility of falling short. Failure also fosters resilience, the ability to bounce back stronger after a setback. Resilience is not about avoiding failure, but about responding to it in a way that propels you forward. So it's about recognizing that every stumble is an opportunity to build endurance and strength, qualities that are essential for long-term success. The more you fail and learn from it, the more equipped you become to handle future challenges with confidence and composure. Resilience turns failure from a roadblock into a stepping stone, a platform for growth and achievement. Through failure, you learn to trust yourself in a profound way. You discover that you are capable of handling diversity, of finding solutions even when things don't go as planned. This self-trust is incredibly empowering as it allows you to take risks without being consumed by fear. It gives you the courage to pursue your dreams, knowing that failure is not the end, but a valuable part of the journey. The unknown holds the keys to your potential. It is in the spaces we cannot predict, control, or fully understand that our greatest opportunities for growth and transformation exist. Yet many of us spend our lives avoiding the unknown, clinging to the familiar because it feels safe and predictable. While this instinct is natural, it can also be limiting. The life you truly desire, the version of yourself you aspire to become, lies beyond the boundaries of what you already know. To unlock your potential, you must step into the unknown with curiosity and courage. The unknown can be intimidating. It represents uncertainty, unpredictability, and a lack of control. These qualities often trigger fear, as our minds instinctively seek to protect us from perceived danger. However, what we fail to realize is that this fear is not an indication of actual threat, but a sign of growth. When you feel nervous or unsure, it means you are about to venture into new territory where possibilities abound. The unknown is not your enemy, it is your ally, offering you the chance to evolve into a stronger, wiser, and more capable version of yourself. Stepping into the unknown often begins with a choice, a decision to leave behind the comfort of what is familiar and embrace the uncertainty of what could be. This choice can feel overwhelming because it involves letting go of control and surrendering to a process you cannot fully foresee. Yet, this is precisely where growth happens. When you release your need for certainty, you create space for new experiences, ideas, and opportunities to enter your life. You open yourself up to the unexpected, and it is often in the unexpected that your greatest breakthroughs occur. The unknown also challenges your perceptions of what is possible. It forces you to confront the limitations you have placed in yourself, whether consciously or unconsciously. These limitations often stem from past experiences, societal expectations, or self-doubt. When you step into the unknown, you begin to see that these boundaries are not as fixed as you once believed. You discover new strengths, talents, and perspectives that were previously hidden, waiting to be revealed through exploration and experimentation. Consider the moments in your life when you achieve something significant or experience profound growth. Chances are those moments involve stepping into the unknown. Perhaps it was starting a new job, moving to a different city, or pursuing a passion you weren't sure would work out. In each case, you likely faced uncertainty, challenges, and doubts. But you also gained something invaluable, the realization that you are capable of navigating the unfamiliar and emerging stronger on the other side. But these experiences teach you that the unknown is not something to fear, but a space to embrace with open arms. The unknown also fosters creativity and innovation. When you are faced with uncertainty, you are forced to think differently, to find solutions and approaches you might not have considered otherwise. This process of creative problem solving pushes you to expand your thinking and develop skills that are essential for success. It is no coincidence that many of the world's greatest inventions, ideas, and achievements were born out of moments of uncertainty. The unknown challenges you to break free from conventional thinking and tap into your untapped potential. Another profound aspect of the unknown is its ability to teach you trust in yourself in the process and in the unfolding of life. When you step into the unknown, you learn to rely on your intuition, your resourcefulness, and your inner strength. You begin to understand that even if you cannot see the entire path, you can take the next step with confidence, knowing that each step will reveal the next. This trust allows you to move forward despite fear, doubt, or uncertainty, propelling you toward growth and transformation. The unknown also teaches you patience and presence. In a world that often demands instant results and immediate answers, the unknown forces you to slow down and embrace the journey. It reminds you that growth is not a linear process, but a dynamic and evolving one. By learning to sit with uncertainty, you develop a deeper appreciation for the present moment and the lessons it holds. You begin to see that every step, no matter how uncertain, is part of a larger, meaningful process. While the unknown can be daunting, it is also incredibly liberating. It frees you from the constraints of what you think you know and opens the door to endless possibilities. It invites you to dream bigger, to take risks, and to pursue goals that once seemed out of reach. It challenges you to become the architect of your own life, designing a reality that aligns with your deepest desires and aspirations. Through the unknown, you gain not only a greater sense of achievement, but also a deeper understanding of who you are and what you are capable of.